Welcome to another episode of the Style and Strategy podcast. So, where we're talking all things personal brand and style. Today, I am getting into my summer series, which is going to be those quick, sharp, 5 to 10 minute episodes where you can take away some quick tips and hints to get you through the warmer months. You could say down under.
I'm Sonya, a personal brand and style coach. My journey began in the corporate world and through lived experiences has led me where I am today. I've walked in those uncomfortable shoes, faced the same challenges and questioned my path to professional success while simultaneously navigating my personal style journey and the challenges that each decade brings. I wholeheartedly believe in the fusion of personal brand and style strategy. My mission here is to provide you with practical, actionable strategies and lived experiences to help you unlock your next level of success through the power of personal brand and style. Let's get started.
So, first up today, I wanted to talk about a topic which I've had a few conversations with clients around, and that is, how do you actually stay cool in summer but still look professional when it comes to the office and the office environment? So I've got you covered in some really simple, heat-friendly tips for still looking polished and staying comfortable as well. So by the end of this episode, you'll know exactly how to approach your summer wardrobe, and so that you can both feel a little bit cool, confident, no matter how high that temperature or humidity actually heats up. So listen in. So usually summer styling can be quite challenging versus those cooler months because many of us love to layer a lot, and using layering techniques can create a real richness to your outfit and your look overall. So you can use colors and fabrics and textures and so forth. And so a lot of people find that when you hit those warmer months, especially summertime, what can happen is it's too hot for a jacket. It can be too hot for any sort of fabric other than some cool natural fabrics like linens or cottons and things like that. And the problem is those crease really easily. And sometimes you feel like you're just actually heading out to the beach rather than trying to craft still a brand and a style that really resonates with the objective that you're going for. And usually that will be a little bit more of a polished or an elevated kind of look. So balancing that then with comfort can actually be really challenging for most. And if you go out into the stores, what you're seeing a lot of is potentially, sets that are in those lightweight fabrics, and that's all fine if your environment allows for that or is quite flexible and casual. Because if it isn't, then normally I have clients scratching their head going, what am I going to wear in summer? So I don't sweat so much. I don't wear the sweat patches. So, I can talk about that and still look put together. And then you've got that whole complexity around it's really hot outside, and then you walk into a train and perhaps the aircon's out, so you're sweating and getting really hot and sticky there. Or you've walked into the office and suddenly it's plummeted like 10 degrees and you're actually freezing. So you've got to bring some layers with it. So why is this important? Because as we know, if you've listened to me for a little while now, your personal brand and the way in which your style gets represented through that plays a really important role. And it's a really powerful role within your brand because even small adjustments to it can really start to cement your ethos and the way in which people recognize you as well. And so I want to make sure that you're still feeling comfortable, confident, and you're not getting all of that swayed to the side, especially if you've started to work really hard on building out your brand. So what are some of the tips that I am giving a lot of my clients this time around? So first of all, we're normally starting with, and I know many of you already do, is the dress, right? The dress really comes into its own when we hit those summer months. And predominantly, it's either sleeveless or potentially something with a clap sleeve. So what we're looking for, if you're starting with that base of a dress because it's easier, is something that is, like I mentioned a little bit earlier, lightweight or breathable fabrics, like that cotton, linen, bamboo, that type of things. Because those types of fabrics are going to wick away a little bit of moisture, allow a bit of airflow, keeping you comfortable during those warm days. But as I mentioned earlier, you need to just be careful around the type of linens and cottons that you're going for. Normally, some blends in there will ensure that they won't crease as easily. So even though I love a beautiful linen fabric, you'll actually find that they 100% linen will crease really easy. And so you don't want to have to be getting at the steamer or the iron every day or dry cleaning often in order to maintain its look. So then by the time you sit down, it all creases. So instead, if you're looking for where there might be rayon blends or silk linen blends in the fabrication, what you'll find is that it won't be as easily creased. It still won't be as hard wearing as some other fabrics. However, it will play a fantastic role there. So number 2 will be going for those lighter colors. So for those of you who love black, I think you know that black obviously absorbs the heat. So starting to embrace some of those lighter colors or creeping those in will actually help you feel a little bit more softer and fresher as well. So it will be great for actually reviving your wardrobe and ensuring that there's a little bit more punch there as well as we're getting into those warmer months as well. And then tip number 3 is you really want to opt for that mix of structure and comfort. And the absolute go-to that I would recommend in this space, especially during summer, is your perfect version of the shirt dress. It has got to be one of my favorite items that will actually always elevate your look and continue to keep you cool and comfortable. So that might be in a cap sleeve, as I said before. It might be full button up with a collar. Any of those kind of items. It might be flowy at the bottom, depending on your body shape, or it might be straight up and down. But any of the shirt dresses that are available out there are fantastic. And there's different variations when we talk about shirt dresses. You could have something that actually looks like a shirt dress, but it's actually elastic waisted, versus something that's got a belt and a tie with buttons and a full collar. You'll see collarless as well. And so all through the stores, you'll actually see varying price points of these types of dresses, but are absolutely fantastic in order to get you great ROI in summer for weekend to work, as well as ensuring that you're maintaining that structure and comfort. Alternatively, if a dress is not for you or you're needing something alternative to a dress, then you're really looking for shirts, blouses, that type of thing that again have a little bit more airiness to them. So a little bit more flow. So that way it's not necessarily clinging to the body. And that's also another great tip for those of you who focused on ensuring that there isn't much attention paid to the midsection. I do get a lot of requests for that as well. And so something flowy and lightweight up top will ensure that you still can maintain cool and you can go for a skirt pants in a lighter weight fabric as well. And then tip number 4, another question that I always get asked in summer is, can I wear open-toed shoes to the office? Now, that is absolutely going to depend on the office you are working in. So, there will be some offices that have really embraced smart casual, and they will be okay with an open-toe shoe or a sandal-like shoe, versus others which are still very corporate. And, an open toe shoe just isn't going to cut it. Or if it is, it's probably not a full-blown sandal. So in that case, yes, it's going to be okay in some environments, but always check and have a bit of a look around. You might actually have a uniform policy. Some places still, some organizations still have those. So you want to just double check that as well before, going down that path. I know now these days it's a lot more relaxed than it was in the past, but there will still be some offices which it may not be something that you're able to, wear unless it's a casual Friday or something like that. But when you are thinking about shoes and you're thinking about summer and ensuring that you've got something lightweight and cool. So again, you're looking at the fabrication of those. I know that there are a lot of faux leather brands and so forth out there for sustainable or vegan purposes if that's something that you after, but with those, just be aware that they will actually be a lot warmer than some other fabrications. So just be aware of it if that's something that's important to you. Okay, well, so I hope you've enjoyed that quick, sharp, bite-sized episode. So to recap here, to stay cool this summer, focus on the breathable fabrics. Think about lighter colours as well. You want to balance your structured and comfortable pieces. So think about that shirt dress. Think about the blouses, something that's not too fitted necessarily. And consider your footwear options if your office allows it. So those little tweaks can sometimes make a really big difference in how polished you feel and how comfortable you are as well. So try incorporating maybe one or two of these tips and let me know how you go. And don't forget to continue to tune into the series. So next week, I'm going to cover off on alternatives to, dare I say it, the comfy sneaker. So stay tuned on that. I hope you've enjoyed this episode and I will speak to you all soon. Bye.
Thank you so much for being part of this inspiring episode. If you found value in today's discussion, please don't keep it a secret. Share it with a friend on social media, tag me at Your Style Collective and leave a review. Your support means the world. Join me again next week for another empowering episode of Style and Strategy, the Leadership Series. Thanks so much for tuning in. And remember, you're already taking that first step towards your transformation journey. See you next time.